tone for the game, and you know, Cater doesn't need any more incentive. I mean,
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Walker in foul territory, and Walker doesn't know how many outs there were. Offerman will go to third. Walker gave the ball to a fan. He thought that was the 3rd out. I'm surprised Walker remembered to show up tonight. Here's the funny part. He goes back to get it, though. That's what's funny.
Seventh, Edgar Caro. Batting 8th in center field, Tristan Peters. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Luis Angel Acuna. And for the Tigers, leading off at shortstop, Kevin McGonigal. Doing the catching and batting 2nd, Dylan Dingler. Batting 3rd in right field, Kerry Carpenter. Batting 4th, the designated hitter, Riley Green. Batting 5th at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting 6th at third base, Colt Keith. Batting 7th in center field, James Outman. Batting 8th in left field, Trey Cruz. And batting 9th at second base, Zach McKinstry.
And today's lineups were brought to you by Comerica. Want to elevate your small business's game? Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. The first pitch of today's game is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers winners of back-to-back games over the White Sox. 4-1 winners yesterday afternoon. So the Tigers come in at 32-44. They are 8.5 games behind the first-place Cleveland Guardians. The White Sox, they've had a tough road trip. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They have struggled away from Rate Field this season. The White Sox coming in 3 games above 500 at 39-36. They were in first place to start the weekend. They have now fallen behind the Guardians. They are 1 game back in the American League Central. 25-year-old native of Venezuela, Cater tosses for Cater today. It'll be his 15th game of the year, 14th start. Again, that 1 appearance out of the bullpen. And A.J. Hinch this morning, Dan, he really praised Cater in a big way about, and he even said, if I can clone Cater Montero and have an entire clubhouse full of guys like him, that's the type of guy you want on your roster. He's going to go to bat for you. He's going to do everything you ask him to do. He knew he was going to have to go to the bullpen. Didn't know it was only going to be for 1 appearance, but he's just that consummate team guy. He's willing to do whatever it takes to get a W.
And that's not always easy when you have a buy-in like that because, like I said earlier about Cater, I mean, he did nothing wrong to be taken out of the rotation. He's been very, very consistent, but that's so good that he does that, and he finds himself right back in the rotation, just a valuable piece for A.J. Hinch and the Tigers.
First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream as Cater Montero goes into his motion, and the first pitch to Sam Antonacci is taken for a called strike 1. We are underway here in downtown Detroit. So glad you could join us. Sun peeking out. Should be a fantastic Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my partner Dan Petrie and all the fathers who were tuned in today as the next pitch to Antonacci misses low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. It's been an impressive rookie year for Sam Antonacci, Dan. In the month of June, he's hitting .340 in 15 games with a .453 on base percentage. As he stands in from the left side, and the 1-1 is taken high and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
I've been very impressed with him in that series in Chicago. Played really good defense. This series, he's putting on an offensive display as well as playing really good defense at multiple positions.
Pitch is flown into center field, charging in James Outman. Plenty of time to get to it. He'll secure it. And there is one away here in the top of the first inning. It's a big out to start Cater's afternoon. Yesterday's game started with a thunderous home run from Antonacci, and so one away here in the top of the first for Andrew Benintendi. White Sox stacking their lineup with lefties today. 5 true left-handed hitters, 2 switch hitters, so Cater Montero is going to have to be sharp against the lefties this afternoon. First pitch from the righty to Andrew Benintendi. Soft ground ball up the middle. Diving stop by Zach McKinstry. Bounces up to his feet onto first in time. 2 gone. Couple of quick outs for the Tigers in the field today. Trey Cruz in left. James Outman is in center. Kerry Carpenter gets the start out in right. Third baseman's Colt Keith. Kevin McGonigal at short. Zach McKinstry just made that fine play. He's at second. Spencer Torkelson's at first. And the battery of Dylan Dingler and Cater Montero. 2 away, top of the first inning for Colson Montgomery. Tigers have held him in check this series, coming in 0 for 7 with a walk in the first 2 games. And the first pitch is a slider for a called strike 1. White Sox were 0 for 4 against Cater's slider in that start a few weeks ago at Wright Field, where he was just masterful. 6 scoreless innings, allowed just 2 hits. Pitches a mile-high pop-up over the infield. Coming in is McGonigal and McKinstry. Zach will take it, and that is a nice, tidy 7-pitch, 1-2-3 first inning for Cater Montero. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Tigers coming to bat here in the home of Detroit.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
It's always the best with that. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
This game is brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Davis Martin on the bump today for Chicago, and he'll start Kevin McGonigal with a fastball away for ball 1. McGonigal, Dylan Dingler, and Kerry Carpenter due up here in the Tiger first inning against the right-hander Mart. Works exclusively from the stretch as he deals high and away, and it's a 2-ball count. Kevin 2 for 7 in the series, went 1 for 3 in yesterday's win, and he enters today's ball game on a 6-game hitting streak. Third baseman Colson Montgomery is pulled even with the bag and off the line. The 2-0 pitch way inside on a cutter, and it's a 3-ball count. Dan, what do you got on Davis Martin?
Well, I mean, he's having a tremendous year at 9-3, 3.31 ERA, but he's given up 6 home runs this year, 3 of them in his last start. He's given up 30 earned runs this year, 15 of them here in the month of June. He's got 6 really good pitches, but he's really known for his kick change, a lot like a Drew Anderson pitch where the opponent's hitting just 164 on it.
And we've got an equipment malfunction right now with the catcher, Edgar Caro. He's going to head on over towards the White Sox dugout. Not really sure.
PitchCom as usual.
Is it PitchCom?
Of course.
Why wouldn't it be PitchCom?
First inning,
The person who invents a PitchCom that can last a whole game without any issues is going to become a millionaire.
I got a kick out of Friday. Let's see, who was it? Rob Drake was behind the plate, and there was a problem with it. And he didn't even go out. He just go ahead. You guys figure it out. I'm not even just check to make sure there's an issue with it.
No score here in the first inning. It's a 3-ball count on Kevin McGonigal as Martin from the belt kicks, offers inside corner. It's a cold strike on a cutter. Takes it to 3-1, but not surprising. Kevin McGonigal working a long turn at bat. His first time up at the plate. Next pitch will be the 5th that he sees as Martin delivers a little bit low, and that's a leadoff walk for McGonigal, who has kept that walk total above the strikeout total. That's walk number 47 for Kevin, and he gives the Tigers their first base runner of the afternoon.
Yeah, it just looked like Davis Martin didn't want anything to do with Kevin McGonigal there. Just really misfiring through the one pitch that was borderline 3-0. But Kevin McGonigal, not too much pressure on him to make up his mind whether or not to swing.
Here's Dylan Dingler, a man on first. He will take a sinker down and away for ball 1. Dingler, a monster home run yesterday that went 430 feet. That was a big boy home run, Dan.
It sure was, and he's doing a lot of big boy things. I mean, in this month of June, has just been completely flip the script.
He'll take an outside corner slider for a strike to even the count. He's 3rd in the American League with 53 runs batted in. And we've talked a lot about the absence of Gleyber Torres, who has occupied that 2-hole in the lineup, and that's where Dingler has been hitting in his absence, as a check swing foul towards the White Sox dugout on the third base side. And Dan, I looked this up this morning. Dingler in 13 games in the 2-hole this season, he's hitting .340 with 4 homers, and he's driven in 9. So the RBI number, not great, because a lot of times you're going to come to the plate without a lot of guys on base, but the average is absolutely there, and he's getting on base when he's hitting in that spot. The 1-2, check swing. He went around on the appeal. Ooh.
Boy.
Junior Valentine, the umpire over at first base. Rob Drake's at second. Stu Sherwaters at third. Jordan Baker, he's the crew chief. He'll have the balls and strikes. And here is Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah, big breaking ball to Dylan Dingler. And, boy, it sure didn't look like he maybe flinched at it. But regardless, Junior Valentine said otherwise.
First pitch to Kerry. He waves and misses on top of a curveball. A lot of the players today using the powder blue bats on Father's Day. And, I noticed this morning, Dan, on Instagram. Kerry, his blue bat today has his father's name, Ken Carpenter, engraved in the bat. And Kerry, as we all know, lost his dad to cancer a few years ago. And it's such a touching nod to his father here on this Father's Day. The 0-1 from Martin. Inside on the four-seamer, didn't miss by much, evening up the count.
Kerry, we all know, is very emotional about how he feels about fatherhood and his marriage, his faith, and also just about his dad, as he points to the sky all the time about every time he hits a home run or gets a big base hit. It's all in honor of his father.
The 1-1, swing and a tap foul behind home plate. Carpenter in a hole, 1-2. No score here in the first inning. Tigers and White Sox. Tigers going for the sweep. Kevin McGonigal led off the first inning with a walk. He's still at first base. A lot of players today with the blue cleats on, a lot of blue armbands, blue bats. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chased on a high four-seamer. Back-to-back strikeouts from Martin. 2 gone. For the White Sox in the field today, Sam Antonacci's in left. Tristan Peters in center. Braden Montgomery's in right. On the infield, Colson Montgomery at third. Luis Angel Acuna is at short. Chase Meidroth at second. Jacob Gonzalez at first. Battery of Edgar Caro and Davis Martin. 2 gone, runner on. First inning, no score. Here's Riley Green. First pitch to Riley. Swings. Sends a fly ball to center field. Drifting towards the alley is Tristan Peters. Says he's got it. He does. Tigers get the leadoff man on. Can't do anything with them as they are set down in order to follow. We go to the second, no score. Tigers and SOX right here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meijer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
He's getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Replay the Michigan Lottery's Detroit Tigers instant game and online games. Cater Montero back to work. Needed just 7 pitches to get through a 1-2-3 first inning. Chase Mydroth to lead off the second for the White Sox, and he'll take a called strike. Cater 4 for 4 first pitch strikes, and that's something that we talk about oh so often, Dan, getting ahead of hitters.
You know, at Cater, in those 6 shutout innings against Chicago at Rate Field, he only threw 65 pitches.
Pitches lifted in the air to left. Trey Cruz started out, now comes in, makes the head-high catch. And there's one gone for Braden Montgomery.
But the thing about Cater is it's not just so much first pitch strikes, it's throwing those quality first pitch strikes. And it's not just saying, okay, I got to throw a 4-seam fastball right down the middle. Yeah, nothing wrong with throwing a fastball, but you can't, you got to hit a spot and make a good quality pitch with it, which he's been doing all year long.
And Dan, this is an aggressive White Sox ball club. You know they go up there in swing mode as Braden Montgomery takes a fastball low for ball 1. 105 home runs for the White Sox, second most in Major League Baseball this season. Montero, compact wind as he spins into the motion, deals on the 1-0 pitch. It's a knuckle curve, first one we've seen him throw today. That misses away, and he has fallen behind Montgomery 2-0. Switch hitting Braden Montgomery, the rookie. The number 2 White Sox prospect. When he got called up, he homered in his first Major League game. 2-0. Swung on in the air right field. Kerry Carpenter going back. He's a few steps in front of the track. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Tiger Injury Report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. No new injury news today. That was a good thing, Dan.
That's a big positive. That's the way AJ started his little scrum the other day. Was, hey, I got good thing I got. There's no injuries. No injury update today. There's a great example like Cater Montero falling behind 2-0. Didn't throw a breaking ball. Came right after him with a 4-seam fastball. Easy fly ball.
Jacob Gonzalez takes low for ball 1. I mean, the injuries, Dan, they've been so well documented this season. This was supposed to be the triumphant return today for Justin Verlander. That didn't happen as he remains on the injured list, and we just hope JV can get things right as the knuckle curve clips the outside corner for a strike on Gonzalez, evening the count at 1-1. No score, Tigers and White Sox here in the second. Dan, it has been 3,227 days. This one is ground over to third. Backhanded grab by Colt Keith. Long throw across, and it's in time. Nice play by Colt Keith. We'll see if the White Sox challenge. It was close on the broken bat. They will not challenge. And another 1-2-3 inning. A fine play by Colt Keith, having to range the backhand to get that final out. We're on to the bottom of the second. No score, Tigers and White Sox here on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Play ball!
Meyer is the...
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Spencer Torkelson leads off here in the bottom of the second inning. He'll take a fastball inside from Davis Martin for ball number 1. No score, Tigers and White Sox. In the bottom of the second inning, a little check swing, dribbler out towards first base. Jacob Gonzalez was shaded way off the line. He will scoop, take it to the bag himself. It's time for dollars on deck. If Colt Keith gets a hit this inning, Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's oldest business and largest Trex decking dealer. Jacob Gonzalez, Dan, another one of those rookies for the White Sox. Pretty impressive. He had only played 5 games of first base in all of his time in college and throughout the minor leagues. And when he got to the big leagues, what did Will Venable do? He said, "You're going to be a first baseman." The first pitch to Colt Keith misses away for ball 1.
Yeah, Murakami got hurt, and, you know, he was playing first base. They said, well, if you're going to come up and take the place of him, I'll just slot you right over there at first base.
The 1-0, Keith sends a drive out to left and shallow. Sam Antonacci waves his arms. He'll make the catch. 2 quick outs for Davis Martin. We'll pause for station identification here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Two gone in the second in this scoreless game. James Outman, the batter. Outman had a nice day at the plate yesterday, Dan. 2 hits, drove in a run. First pitch from Martin is swung on and fouled over the screen into the seats, and it's an 0-1 count.
That's the thing a little bit different about Davis Martin is he's known for that kick change, but I've noticed this year the usage is down a little bit, just trying not to be so predictable. And like I said, he's got plenty of other pitches to throw.
The 0-1, Outman takes a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2.
You know, I think sometimes you get up there and you think that you're going to get one of those kick changes, but he's just picking his spots on when to use it.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul straight back. He has increased his arsenal since coming up to the big leagues. Had a tough start to the month of June, and even more so, he has struggled on the road this season. The 0-2, got him. Swinging strike 3 on a curve. That's 3 strikeouts for the White Sox starter Davis Martin as he has set down 6 in a row. We go to the third. Tigers and White Sox scoreless here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
The third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Both starting pitchers off to a nice start today. Cater Montero has gone 6 up, 6 down. Edgar Caro, switch hitting catcher, bats from the left side, leads it off, and he'll take down and in from Cater for ball 1. Cater Montero, last time against the White Sox, 6 shutout innings at Rate Field. He was pulled after 6 innings that day. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball to short. Kevin McGonigal will scoop it at his feet. Steps, throws over to first. Easy ground ball out, and there's one gone. This game brought to you in part by Meijer, the official grocery partner of the Detroit Tigers. This series against the White Sox is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. One gone for Tristan Peters, 0 for 5 in the series for Peters with an RBI. Comes in with a .283 average, 3 home runs. Colt Keith has pulled in at third. First pitch swinging, sky high shot to center. James Outman coming in. Another quick out for Cater Montero. 2 gone, Dan.
I mean, he hasn't even thrown 20 pitches yet, and is 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Talk about aggressiveness by the White Sox, but just filling up that strike zone too by Cater.
Cater means business today. He's saying to AJ, you pulled me after 65 pitches in 6 shutout innings, so I'm going to go even better today, and I'm going to get 19 pitches here in the third inning this afternoon. Here's Luis Angel Acuna. Montero delivers. First pitch strike called on a sinker, and it's 0-1. Acuna flipped over to the White Sox from the Mets. Montero's 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit in the air to left. This one is hooking towards the line, and it will drop foul into the seats. Cater's ahead 0-2.
Yeah, that one that slider just hung up a little bit on the inner third of the plate, about belt high, and Acuna had a good swing at it, just a little bit out in front.
Cater had some tough luck in his lone bullpen appearances last time out. He took a loss in the Houston series. The 0-2, little flinch of the bat on the slider down and away, did not go. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Cater's come a long way. I mean, he was a guy that had really good stuff. Now he's a good pitcher with good stuff.
The 1-2. Popped him up into shallow right center. Outman was shaded that way, but he'll be called off by Kerry Carpenter, who settles under. That is 9 up and 9 down for Cater Montero, sending this game into the last of the third inning. Here at Comerica Park, Tigers and White Sox.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive. Superman, hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
That is DTE.
Fox 2 is just the best. I watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
First pitch swinging, Trey Cruz swings through a cutter. No score, Tigers and White Sox here in the bottom of the third inning. Trey made his major league debut 2 days ago. Went 0 for 3 at the plate as Davis Martin misses away, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. The whole Cruz family in town. They have stayed through the weekend. His grandfather, Jose Cruz Sr., Dad, Jose Cruz Jr. It'd be a heck of a Father's Day gift to both of them if Trey can come up with a hit. Ground ball over to first, however, as Jacob Gonzalez will scoop, take it to the bag, and there is one away for Zach McKinstry. A lot of quick at-bats on both sides today, Dan. We talked about Cater's pitch count. Martin, not all that far behind, 25 pitches, as he has been near perfect through 2 1/3. Gave up a leadoff walk to Kevin McGonigal and then has shut down the last 7 Tiger hitters.
Yeah, just outside of Kevin McGonigal, he's come right after the Tiger hitters and filling up the strike zone.
First pitch swinging, Zach McKinstry sprays one into the seats on the third base line of foul. All season long replays are brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. No balls and a strike, the pitch. Curveball missing down and away, evens the count at 1-1. Tigers trying to sweep away the White Sox. Tigers 20-16 at home. These teams mirror each other with their home records, and both have struggled away from their home ballparks as McKinstry takes a cutter away, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, if you're the White Sox, you've got your ace on the mound after losing the first 2 of this series and 2 out of 3 in New York. You need a strong performance from Davis Martin.
Broken bat, blooper to shallow right, and it's going to fall in for a hit out of the reach of Jacob Gonzalez. McKinstry not going to settle for one, headed towards second, and that is a hustle double for Zach McKinstry, his 4th double of the year. First hit of the ball game, and the Tigers have a man in scoring position.
Boy, that was a cutter from Davis Martin. It cut Zach McKinstry's bat in half. Just looped it right over the first baseman, Jacob Gonzalez. His head just short right field, and Zach McKinstry right out of the box said, you know what, there's no way that they're going to be able to get me. And very aggressive, got in there pretty easy to second.
The Tigers with a 1-out runner on base in scoring position for Kevin McGonigal. Base hit can give the Tigers an early lead today. We are scoreless in the bottom of the third. First pitch to McGonigal, misses down and away, and that's ball 1. Colson Montgomery playing even with the bag at third and slightly off the line. Luis Angel Acuna shaded up the middle, outfield relatively straight away against McGonigal. Ball and no strikes the count. Martin sets to the belt, looks back at second, deals on the 1-0 pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Dan, you said it first time up. Looks like Martin wants nothing to do with Kevin McGonigal.
No, but here's the thing about Dylan Dingler hitting second right behind him. Kevin McGonigal should get a good pitch to hit, even with first base open, because you really don't want to face the hottest Tiger and Dylan Dingler up next.
2-0. McGonigal inside. He has to back away. That's an uncompetitive cutter in, and it's a 3-0 count.
I mean, Dylan Dingler, he struck out on 3 pitches his first at bat, but you know, still, it's not that you're just saying, hey, I've got an easy out waiting on the on-deck circle.
3-0 the count with the man on second. It is inside, and that is a challenge by the catcher, Edgar Caro. So it's either strike 1 or a walk, and it is ball 4 inside. So Kevin McGonigal.
Chicago's down to 1.
He has seen 9 pitches in this game, and he has seen 1 strike, and now that sets up Dylan Dingler with 2 on and 1 out.
Boy, and the White Sox used a challenge, I think, on the 3rd pitch of the game, I think it was yesterday. So they had to go a long time without a challenge. This is pretty early in the game on a 3-0 count to be challenging this early, and now the White Sox just down to 1.
Dan, you wonder if, knowing Dylan Dingler was on deck, they felt maybe it was a good opportunity to take a chance there. I don't know. Dylan Dingler takes down and away, and that's ball 1 on a slider. 5 straight out of the strike zone from Davis Martin. Brought up the arsenal of Davis Martin, and when he broke into the big leagues, he was 4-seam, slider, change, and curve, and now he's since added the cutter and the sinker to his arsenal. So at one point, 46% fastball, that's down to 26%. Still the pitch he uses the most. The 1-0 pitch, Dingler chops it out to second. Meidroth has it, flips to Acuna for 1, on to first. And that is a big 4-6-3 double play to erase the Tiger threat here in the 3rd inning. We go to the 4th. Tigers and White Sox are scoreless.
Another breaking ball, skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first of the 1987 season.
This is my 1994 Topps card. This is an action shot. You know, I have no idea what I did this pitch, but it shows me, you know, good form, you know, head down, looking at the path of the ball, swing the bad front leg sort of straight. Yeah, I think that was a good at bat. I'm going to swear by it. I think I hit a home run this time.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
No score, Tigers and White Sox here in the top of the 4th inning. 4th inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 81 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Both starters have been good today. Cater Montero has been perfect. 9 up and 9 down, first time through the lineup for Cater. That's on 9 scoreless innings against the White Sox this season for Cater Montero. Back to the top of the card, Sam Antonacci leads it off. First pitch, he'll cut through a slider. It's a swinging strike, and it's an 0-1 count.
Well, right there is a good example. He threw him a first pitch fastball the first time at bat, and Antonacci says, "Oh, you're going to do that again?" And he changed it up and threw that slider and way out in front and missed it by a good foot.
The 0-1. Ooh, might be worth a challenge.
Catcher's challenging the pitch.
I think Dingler might win this one, Dan.
I don't know. You can't put it past Dylan Dingler. He's so good at this.
And he flips another. It's 0-2. My goodness, Dingler is so good. I mean, that ball just clipped the zone. And Dingler has another successful challenge. Now head 0-2 on Antonacci as Montero turns into the wind and delivers. Swinging a line drive. Picked on a hop by Zach McKinstry. Has to hurry. Boy, Antonacci scoots up that line. And Zach, once he picked it, had very little time to gather himself before he had to throw a dart over to Spencer Torkelson at first.
Yeah, Antonacci plays hard. He plays this game the right way. But how about Dylan Dingler? Just grounded into a double play. You're angry and everything, and he doesn't bring out his hitting behind the plate and flushes it, says, okay, I hit into a double play, but I'm still going to get that pitch for my pitcher, which he did on that second strike to Antonacci.
Here's Andrew Benintendi. One away, no score, fourth inning. First pitch. It's a knuckle curve that misses up and outside for ball one. Tigers 69%, as that's a called strike, evening the count. It's tied for second in the big leagues in challenges won by a fielding team. The 1-1. Benintendi, ground ball chopped out to second. Zach McKinstry shuffles to his left with a couple of feet on the outfield grass, flips on to first. 2 gone. This game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. 2 away brings up Colson Montgomery. It's another impressive young talent for the White Sox, Dan. He had 21 home runs in 43 games a season ago. He's already got 20 home runs in 36 games this season as they shade him up the middle on the left side. First pitch to Montgomery. It's a fastball that misses up and in for ball one.
Yeah, the only one with more is Kyle Schwarber. What a day he had yesterday. 3 home runs yesterday.
He can hit long balls.
Oh, my goodness.
1-0. Montgomery takes a high called strike. It was above the zone, but with the White Sox having only 1 challenge remaining, no challenge there. Montero's 1-1. Swinging a line drive up the right field line and foul. Sounded like Montgomery broke his bat, and he did. Second bat that Cater Montero has broken today, and it's a 1-2 count on the White Sox third baseman Colson Montgomery.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track of those a little bit. Those blue bats. I think that's the third one of those that have been shattered. You know, split in 2. Zach McKinstry's and one of the White Sox, and then that one right there. You just wonder if it's just the same kind of wood, if there's a little bit something different to them.
A 1-2. Swing and a foul straight back. He left the fastball up that time, but Montgomery could not do anything with it.
Yeah, that's what I think they've done such a good job of pitching Montgomery. If you look at his home runs, generally they are down, and the Tigers have done a good job of keeping that fastball up.
Montero's 1-2. Swung on, popped up. This one no man's land into shallow right center. Zach McKinstry ranging out. Reaches up and makes the over-the-shoulder catch. The side is retired in order. 12 in a row set down by Cater Montero.
There's so much history here, and when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal, and I played with Eddie, and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards, and I know.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Vegas. It's your home for Detroit sports.
With them, and so Kerry Carpenter leads off the fourth in this scoreless game and takes a called strike from Davis Martin. Kerry went down on strikes, chased a high fastball his first time through. Martin, 3 scoreless innings. He has walked a pair today. Has given up 1 hit, and that was the Zach McKinstry hustle double. No balls and a strike on Carpenter. Pitch swung on in the air, left field, not deep. Antonacci headed towards the line, and he'll squeeze it for out number 1. Now, we saw it in Chicago, Dan, but Antonacci, and he played second base yesterday. Well, Venable, he can shift him around a little, and he's still such a good defender no matter where you put him.
Yeah, and I've just been very impressed with him. I mean, started really in the WBC, just kind of like opened everybody's eyes. But, you know, the things that he does just at the plate, hitting for power, hitting the ball the other way, playing multiple positions.
Riley Green takes the ball low. Riley flew to center in the first inning.
Gets on base a lot, Antonacci does. Doesn't strike out very much. Good-looking player.
And I'm glad you brought up the WBC, where he really made a name for himself as Green loops one into shallow left center, and it falls in for a base hit. Riley had been 0 for 8 in the series prior to that hit. He had not gone an entire series all season without a hit. And so, true to form, comes up with one here and gives the Tigers a 1-out base runner for Spencer Torkelson.
Just like Zach McKinstry, Riley Green got a cutter in on his hands, and he stayed and inside outed it right into short left center field. Zach McKinstry got a double out of his broken bat on the cutter, and just a single here for Riley.
Spencer Torkelson swings through a four-seam fastball. Martin is coming off of his worst career start against the Yankees. He surrendered 9 earned runs on 8 hits and lasted just 3 1/3 innings in his last start. Came with an ERA just south of 10 in the month of June. Swinging a soft ground ball left side. Angel Acuna has got it, flips it to second for 1. Maidroth over to first, and in consecutive innings, the Tigers ground into an inning-ending double play. Tigers end up going in order. We go to the 5th. Tigers and White Sox are scoreless here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
That brings up Samuel Basallo.
The 1-1. Basallo hits us high in the air. Center field. Langford back. This one is way out of here. That may have been off the batter's eye in center. Samuel Basallo just hit it where almost no one ever has. Holy smokes. Some 440 feet later, Samuel Basallo just destroyed that baseball. A breathtaking moment at Camden Yards.
437, 109.5 off the bat.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
That's up the middle, base hit. Maddox makes a turn. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. He's going to miss. Safe. He didn't touch him. This is bizarre, folks. This is bizarre. That's unreal.
What do you think? You ever seen that play before like that?
I've never seen anything like it.
Top of the 5th inning, and the Tigers and Chicago White Sox are scoreless. The 5th inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. Get a check of that out-of-town scoreboard if time permits, which in this game time has not permitted. Pitch count, though, is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. 33 pitches on the afternoon for Cater Montero, and he starts off a slider just slightly inside to Chase Maidroth, and it's a 1-ball count. Maidroth, Braden Montgomery, Jacob Gonzalez here against the right-hander in the 5th inning. Montero deals Down and away, 2-0 the count. That out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Whole bunch of games going on in the big leagues today. The 2-0 pitch is in for a called strike one. Tampa and Washington tied at a run apiece in the fourth inning. Yankees and Reds scoreless in the third. Giants Marlins tied 1-1 third inning. Milwaukee, big early burst of runs. They're up 8-1 on Atlanta in the third. This one chopped to third, a foul. Count evens up on Mydroth at 2-2. San Diego and Texas just underway scoreless. St. Louis with a 5-run top of the first inning leads Kansas City 5-0. And Houston with a 1-0 lead on Cleveland in the first. These White Sox, they head home and they will face the Guardians tomorrow night. 2-2 is a dribbler foul up the line at third. So perfect, just what we need, Dan. White Sox and Guardians beat up on each other and let the Tigers continue to slide on up.
That's right. Just take care of yourself. Just as AJ always says, just win today's game. Just let everything else kind of play our schedule and see where we're at the end of 162.
Got him. Swinging strike three. Climb the ladder. Gets Mydroth to chase. First strikeout of the day for Cater Montero. One down in the fifth inning. Yeah, the White Sox are going to see a lot of Cleveland over the next 2 weeks. 7 of their next 12 ball games against the Guardians. Here's Braden Montgomery, who flew to right in the second inning. He'll take inside from Cater Montero for ball one. Saw our good buddy Alex Avila in the house today.
Yeah, I got to talk to him briefly yesterday and again today. He's in all week promoting his book that he wrote with Tom Gage.
Swinging a slow dribbler. Colt Keith's going to have to charge. Bare hand play. Throw. Not in time. And the first hit for the White Sox comes in the fifth inning on an infield single.
Wow. I mean, you hate to see it. You know, you want that first hit to be one of those line drives, not one of those little swinging bunts, just right up the third base line.
And Colt did everything he could. He charged it. He was playing off the line with the lefty at the plate. Bare hand grab and just too much speed out of Braden Montgomery getting up that line. Jake Gonzalez swings the first pitch, fouls it away, and it's an 0-1 count. I have not finished the new book that Alex had written with Tom Gage, but I love the story with your old former teammate Tom Brookins that Alex told, and I told him about it this morning. I never knew the story as this pitch is lifted in the air, center field, calling and catching James Outman 2 down.
Well, what was it? Because I got a lot of Brookie stories.
Alex shared the story of how he got called up to the big leagues, and Brookie brought him in the office and just starts reaming him out. All under the guise of saying, you can't do that where you're going next, is the gist of the story.
Brookie did it as a manager.
As the manager
Right,
for Alex in
right.
2008 in AA when he got called up to the big leagues. First pitch inside on Edgar Caro. Bluff on the back pick from Dylan Dingler. He couldn't find the ball.
Yeah, I'm just starting the pitchers. I just got through the hitters. And it's really entertaining, really, really good. Especially, a lot of the current players or the recent past, but when you go way back to the start of the organization, just to read about some of the things that you wouldn't know about outside of the baseball stats, it's very entertaining.
1-0 to Caro. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And I think the other story that you and I had both remarked that we did not know was that Harry Heilman, who saved the person from drowning in the Detroit River.
I was just going to bring that one up. That's one of those ones where you just go, man, all you know is just, the player, and you didn't know that he was a hero.
2-0 to Caro is taken for a strike. Caro handling the catching duties along with Drew Romo. Their primary catcher, Kyle Teal, has been on the shelf since the beginning of the season. They are expecting him back soon. He started a rehab appearance with AAA Charlotte, and the bat seems to be working for him down there. 8 for his first 16 at the plate since going on rehab. The 2-1 is a cut and a miss on a high four-seam fastball, and it's a 2-2 count. No score. Tigers, White Sox, 5th inning. Yeah, I think that's the best part of the book is just those little nuggets that Tom and Alex put together. And it's also nice to see Alex's perspective on some of the players of the more recent Detroit Tigers iterations. 2-2. Missed high. That runs it full. So Braden Montgomery will be off and moving with the 3-2 pitch to Edgar Caro.
Yeah, because Alex takes you behind what it was like to be teammates of a lot of those players, like a Justin Verlander. Things he had to say about him.
3-2 is a swing and a tap foul just off the glove of Dylan Dingler. Alex has so many good stories because even when he was growing up, his dad was in the front office with the Florida Marlins, and he can remember when they had signed Josh Beckett. That was always a proud moment for Al. 3-2 the count on Edgar Caro. Runner goes, 3-2, got him. Swinging strike 3 on a changeup from Cater Montero. He strikes out a pair, gives up a swinging bunt base hit, and he has faced one over the minimum through 5. We go to the last of the 5th. Tigers and White Sox scoreless here on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Mike.
Vargas 1 for 3, 1-0. Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the 2nd, and a 2-out homer in the 7th, his first of the year. That went 431 feet. 109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there. He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
There's the tic-tac-toe game. He's got it started. We'll see if Wally Joyner wants to play.
Aha! Good move.
Good move, Wally.
That's a good move.
It's a block by Lyons. Joyner now.
He's going to the bottom left corner.
This is Steve Lyons. He put 2 X's in on 1 turn.
For the victory.
Now he tells him, I cheat.
We traverse into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Comerica Park. Partly cloudy day here in downtown Detroit, but a gorgeous Father's Day. Tigers and White Sox zipping right along here into the bottom of the 5th. Both starting pitchers have been very, very good today. Cater Montero gave up his first hit of the ball game. It came on a swinging bunt in the top half of this inning. He's faced one over the minimum through 5. First pitch to Colt Keith is taken for a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. Colt flew to the left fielder Sam Antonacci in the 2nd. White Sox and Tigers, all the games have been close this season. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive the other way. Base hit for Colt Keith. Tigers get the leadoff man aboard here in the 5th inning.
That was that patented kick change from Davis Martin that he hasn't thrown a whole lot in today's game, and that one didn't quite kick enough, and it stayed up. Colt Keith just smashed it into left field.
James Outman, the batter. Second time in this ballgame, Tigers have gotten the leadoff man on. Colson Montgomery pulled in at 3rd. Luis Angel Acuna shaded up the middle at 2nd. First pitch bunt attempt by James Outman as a sinker that rode up and in. He fell and ended up on his backside.
Wow, that's one of these games where the way Cater Montero is pitching, it just, AJ wants this first run, trying to do anything he can just to get on the board and maybe take a little wind out of the sails of the White Sox.
No score, last of the fifth. Keith off first, set at the belt from Martin. Outman squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes the ball down and in. Evens the count up, ball and a strike.
Yeah, and AJ does not bunt very much. Does not like to give up outs, but just in this circumstance, just is figuring, man, I just want to do anything I can to hopefully try to get a run across.
The 1-1. Outman rips it up the right field line, but into the netting, a foul, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
And sometimes right there, Greg, they'll take the bunt off, just thinking, okay, the first 2 you're squaring around, you're giving yourself up early, and then the pitcher thinks, oh, he's bunting, and then you get a cookie, which he got, but just out in front and lined it foul.
The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, sky to center. Tristan Peters ranging over towards left. He'll make the catch. Outman unable to advance the runner, and there is one away for Trey Cruz. Cruz family, one of only 5 in the history of the game to have 3 generations of Major League Baseball players. First pitch is away, and that's ball 1 on Trey.
There wasn't interleague play. I didn't get to face his grandfather, but there's a little bit of the same batting style with the hands held up high. His grandfather held his hands really up high like
the 1-0. Cruz lifts it in the air left field. Antonacci going over. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Now, I had asked Trey this morning because the story he had told me a couple of years ago was Grandpa still throws BP to him in the offseason. I said, is Gramps still doing that? Because he's 76 years old and he throws perfect batting practice.
Yeah, when they show him in the stands, he looks really good. I mean, he could do a lot. He could steal bases, hit a lot of home runs, a lot of hits. He's a really good player.
There's Zach McKinstry, first pitch swinging. He fouls it away and breaks his bat.
And that's not one of the blue ones. That's just a regular.
He's 0 for 2 in the bat department today.
Yeah.
Doubled his first time up. 2 outs, man on first, scoreless 5th inning, Tigers and White Sox. It was actually, Dan, a year ago to the weekend that Jose Cruz Sr. threw out a ceremonial first pitch in Double-A to his grandson Trey when the whole family was together, and then they're together again a year later, and it's in the big leagues. Watching Trey make his debut as that pitch misses on McKinstry. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, just the way that AJ treated the whole situation. Just, hey, don't go home yet. I'm going to put Trey right back in there on Sunday. Stick around.
Runner goes. The pitch is up. Throw from his knees by Caro. It kicks off the glove of Acuna. That's a stolen base for Colt Keith, his 4th of the year. So Colt doesn't run often. Opportunistic, got a good jump. And he's a perfect 4 for 4 stealing bases.
Yeah, Colt's got good speed. I think, you don't think of it that way, but Colt runs well. And a good job by Joey Cora, too. That ball glanced off of Acuna into short center field, and Joey Cora's put his hands up immediately because Mydroth was going to go over and jumped on that ball, and he would have been dead at third.
2-1. McKinstry swings and misses at a cutter down the middle, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, base hit can give the Tigers a lead. We are scoreless here in the 5th inning. And a time is called. Strikeout updates brought to you by Carbless, official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Not a ton of strikeouts in this game. Martin has struck out 3. Cater Montero has struck out 2. 2-2 on McKinstry. Swinging a fly right line drive center field. That's going to fall in. Base hit. Keith touches third on his way to the plate. Throw is cut off. Zach McKinstry comes through with a base hit to center. And he gives the Tigers a 1-0 lead here in the 5th inning with his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Well, there it is. You get James Outman didn't get the bunt down, and so AJ says, I got to get a guy to second base somehow. Colt Keith ends up stealing second base, and now on the Zach McKinstry single, comes around to score again, trying to get that ever-important first run of the game. They'll try a little bit of everything.
Kevin McGonigal takes away for ball one. Kevin hasn't sniffed a strike today, Dan. He's seen 11 pitches, and only one of them has been for a strike.
And that one was very borderline.
Borderline what? In another county? It's just a called strike.
No, the 3-0 pitch.
Oh,
was
the 3-0.
Like, the 3-0 was his first at bat was right on that inside corner, but it very well could have been just off the plate.
Martin's 1-1. Swing and a tapper up the first base line. It's going to stay fair. Jacob Gonzalez will pick it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. Zach McKinstry with an RBI base hit gives the Tigers a 1-0 lead as we go to the 6th inning here on this Father's Day at Comerica Park on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meijer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
To build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
1-0 Tigers. Tigers getting that elusive first run on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 5th inning on a Zach McKinstry base hit that scored Colt Keith. Tristan Peters leads off against Cater Montero. Start the 6th, and he will take four-seam fastball for a called strike one. The 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Experience the Demmer difference. Tigers remain home after today's game. The Yankees are coming to town. White Sox head back home after today's game. They are wrapping up a 6-game road trip. 0-1 the count on Tristan Peters as Montero rocks and deals. Swing on a breaking ball, and it's tapped foul at the first baseline. 0-2 the count.
Good crowds all weekend long here at Comerica Park, and now the Yankees come. They're always going to draw. No Aaron Judge this time, but still everybody likes to come out and see the Yankees, so that's going to be another probably well-attended series.
Here's the 0-2. Swinging a line drive past the diving Zach McKinstry into right field. A base hit for Tristan Peters. So Peters' first hit of the series gives the White Sox the tying run at first for Luis Angel Acuna. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, Dan. We knew that there were going to be great crowds all weekend long. As an operator of any ball club, you have to be elated if you see the Yankees coming in not on a weekend, because you know your ticket sales are going to go up as the first pitch bunted foul by Acuna came in hard on a sinker. He had to just get out of the way and duck and cover, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, that had some really good run to it. But, yeah, the other thing is it's in June. With a lot of school out, and as opposed to last year when it was in early April maybe, or maybe even March, and that's what you don't want to see. You want to see Boston or the Yankees come in the summertime.
The 0-1. This one hammered out to deep left center. On the run is Trey Cruz, and it's gone into the White Sox bullpen. Luis Angel Acuna took a knuckle curve at the very top of the strike zone, and he hammers his first home run of the year. And the White Sox flip the scoreboard. It's 2-1 Chicago here in the 6th inning.
Boy, I mentioned it about James Outman, just about how they take you square around early, and a lot of times pitchers just think, they're going to bunt again. And that was that knuckle curve, and sometimes you don't think that you have to throw that with all that conviction because you think they're bunting again, and you hang it, and it ends up in the bullpen for a 2-run homer.
So the White Sox now lead 2-1. Sam Antonacci cues this one off the end of the bat over to third. Cole Keefe going to have to hurry. He scoops and flips on to first for out number 1. That'll snap a string of 11 consecutive scoreless innings against the White Sox. Go ahead, Dan.
No, you know what else, Greg, is just that first at-bat by Acuna, he got a slider that was hanging on the inside part of the plate and pulled it foul. He had a really good swing at it and pulled it foul. That knuckle curve was a little bit higher, but a little bit slower. Both those pitches, maybe Acuna could catch up to both of those, and certainly did on that home run.
Andrew Benintendi takes a strike at the knees. He's left a few pitches up in this inning, Dan. 0-1 the count on Benintendi. Plenty of pop in that bat. He's 0 for 2 today with a pair of ground outs to McKinstry at second. The 0-1. Swing and a slow chop out to second base. McKinstry charges, gloves, flips on to first, 2 away.
Zach's been very busy over at second base today and has played a fine second base, as well as a couple of hits and the RBI and the only Tigers run.
And here's Colson Montgomery. Cool moment in between innings, Dan, where the Tigers video board crew, they put together video messages with all the young kids of Tiger players, and they've been wishing their dads happy Father's Day on the scoreboard here at Comerica Park. First pitch swinging. Colson Montgomery lifts it in the air. Fairly deep center field. Outman going back. Turns around at the warning track. Makes the catch to retire the side. So after the home run, Montero gets the side in order, but the White Sox, they take the lead. It's 2-1 Chicago as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meijer.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
3-2 pitches with traffic. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a one-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman, his first of the year.
Now you get the future Hall of Famer in for Hunter Goodman. Last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher, just a rolling curveball. You hang it, Hunter Goodman's going to destroy it.
That thing went 435 feet.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Dylan Dingler leads it off for the Tigers, who now find themselves trailing the Chicago White Sox 2-1. Davis Martin back to work, and Dingler is 0 for 2 in the game, takes up and in for ball 1. Dingler grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. The 1-0 pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. This is your friendly reminder to go stuff the ballot box. Voting, All-Star voting ends June 25th. Inside ball 3, so make sure you go vote Dingler, vote early, vote often. Leads all of Major League Baseball catchers with a 3.5 WAR. 32 two-out RBIs this season is the most in the big leagues. He'll take a strike and make it 3-1.
Kevin McGonigal, too. I'm going to vote Kevin McGonigal. He's another one that is in a position that shouldn't be in down that shortstop list.
3-1, ground ball to short. Scooping it is Acuna. Flips it across. Dingler retired, one away here in the 6th inning.
Well, you saw Davis Martin really happy about that at bat. He fell behind 3-0 after his team just gave him the lead. Was able to come back, get that ground ball, and after Acuna threw him out, just slapped his glove like, yeah, that's what I needed. I didn't want to walk the leadoff hitter after my team just put me in front.
2-1 White Sox, 6th inning. Martin deals to Kerry Carpenter, who fouls one away, and that's strike one. All season long, Little Caesars Pizza presents home runs. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Swinging a foul straight back, 0-2 on Carpenter.
With Davis Martin giving Kerry a steady diet of four-seam fastballs about just letter high. Got him striking out in the 1st inning, and then a couple of fastballs put him down 0-2.
And the 0-2, he will swing and miss at a curveball.
There's that good example of tunneling right there, where you got 2 fastballs. You get sped up a little bit. That curveball starts on that same profile as the four-seam fastball, and the hitter has to make up his mind after being sped up, and then it just falls right down and can't hold up and swing and miss.
2 gone for Riley Green, who singled it to left center in the 4th inning. Martin deals. First pitch is up for ball 1. He's given up a lot of hard contact this season as Davis Martin, despite the good numbers. The hard hit rate, 46.6%, and the line drive rate, also a career high, 31%, as Green fouls it away down the left field line. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. His first ever Major League Baseball win came here at Comerica Park in 2022, the 1-1, swinging a ground ball foul. And the only current Tiger who was in the lineup that day, Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah, Tork's got, I don't know, what is it, 16 at-bats.
Pitch away, 2-2.
I was a little shocked at seeing that, just looking at the numbers, and I went, wow, he's 3 for 16 against Davis Martin. Everybody else has only seen him just a handful of times.
Took him yard last year in April here at Comerica. Pitch fouled away. Do it again at 2-2. So in his 8 road starts, he's this season allowing 4 runs more than he is at home. But right now, just 1 run allowed through the first 5 2/3 for Davis Martin. Base is clear, 2-2 pitch. Green takes it away, runs it full. His ERA at right field this season is 1.01. And on the road coming into the start was 5.09. 3-2, Green takes inside, ball 4. Good take from Riley on the slider in. He's on base for the 2nd time today, and here's Spencer Torkelson.
You know, and let's see what very important at-bat to watch, because you know, he pitched around Kevin McGonigal. Dylan Dingler hit into a double play. And then right after the Riley Green base hit, Spencer Torkelson hit into the double play. And that was, he really pitched Riley Green very, very carefully, probably confident in getting Spencer Torkelson.
And Torkelson chases a slider down and away, a swinging strike, and it's 0-1.
You know, clearly knowing or recognizing the guys that he is fearful of, and then guys that he's confident in being able to get out.
The 0-1. Fastball away, count evens up. He's given up, you mentioned this earlier, 6 home runs this season as Davis Martin. 5 of those 6 have been on the road. Ball and a strike on Torque. Green at first. Martin from the belt, the 1-1. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike. He's at 74 pitches as he works here in the 6th inning. Both bullpens, they've been quiet. Tigers trailing 2-1 here in the 6th. Martin delivers. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, base hit to center field. Green touches second, going to try to get to third. Peters' throw will come into second base. And the 2-out walk turns in 2 runners at the corners for Colt Keith.
It fell behind 2-1, came in with that 4-seam fastball, got too much of the plate. Torque sent it right back to where it started from, right back up the middle. Riley Green doing what the Tigers do best, and that's going first to third. Now Colt Keith, who got a really sharp base hit into left field the last time he was at the plate.
Well, with men at the corners and 2 out here in the 6th inning, got a mound visit for the White Sox. Zach Bovee, the pitching coach, is out to have a chat with Davis Martin. Yeah, both starters, they've been sharp today. They've made pitches when they've needed to. Tigers can tie this ball game back up with a base hit. Riley Green standing on third base. Colt Keith, line drive single through the left side. He came in to score in the 5th. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch, Keith, soft ground ball out to second. Chase Mydroth will scoop, flip to first, and the Tigers will strand a pair. Off to the 7th. Tigers trail the White Sox 2-1 here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held on to the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hand. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
The 7th inning is brought to you by the Sneth Camp Automotive family, celebrating 100 years and 4 great Michigan locations. 2-1 White Sox on top as we move into the top of the 7th inning. Cater Montero back to work. No action in the bullpen yet. He's at 59 pitches as he works to Chase Mydroth, who will take a cold strike and a sinker. White Sox, they flipped the score. Tigers carried a 1-0 lead into the 6th. Luis Angel Acuna with his first home run of the year, a 2-run blast, made it 2-1 White Sox. The team that has the 2nd most home runs in the big leagues this season. In on the hands, Mydroth fouls it away. That made it into the press box through an open window. Didn't see who caught it.
No, I can't make it out either.
Montero's 0-2. Got him. Swinging strike 3 on a slider. Second time he's gotten Mydroth today. That's the 3rd strikeout. We'll pause for station identification here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Brandon Montgomery, the batter, 2-1 White Sox lead. The Tigers here in the 7th inning. Montgomery, first hit of the day for Chicago in the 5th inning on a swinging bunt. First pitch, Montero, knuckle curve. He had them all sorts of tied up on a swinging strike, and it's 0-1. Dan, you brought up earlier with Dylan Dingler after that challenge. Just looked it up. Dingler, the top catcher in the big leagues with a 69% success rate on those ABS challenges this season. The 0-1 fisted this one in the air, and it's going to sit down into left field, and Montgomery's got his second hit of the day.
Yeah, that I remember that. I think it was the Sunday game against the Mariners. He had 5 challenges, 4 of them successful. He had behind the plate, and I think he might have been 4 of 5. 3 successful behind the plate and 1 for 2 at hitting, or 3 for 4, and then 1 for 1 when he was hitting.
Jacob Gonzalez sprays one down the left field line. It is headed foul.
So, I mean, he knows it, but when he's behind the plate, and also just he's not afraid to challenge if he's certain about it when he's up at the plate, too.
One of the cool Dingler facts that we learned this morning, Dan, as Montero peeks over his shoulder with the runner. Montgomery deals this one line to center. Outman started in now, retreats back. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Dylan was so happy that his young son learned how to high five. Our Kara Wolfbauer with that nugget for us today. So his kid is 6 months old, and he is learning how to high five his pops. Here's Edgar Carroll.
Oh, he's had plenty of practice. My goodness, the June that he's had.
Pick on to first, diving back in ahead of it is Montgomery. Two to 1, Tigers trailing here in the 7th inning to the Chicago White Sox. Caro takes up an outside, ball 1. And AJ remarked this yesterday. What did he say? It was 10 either new dads or expecting dads in the Tiger clubhouse.
Yeah, he was talking about, the number and within the organization.
The 1-0 at the knees, a strike. Slider that time from Cater. Montero's been good today. Only one mistake, and it was the 2-run home run to Luis Angel Acuna in the 6th inning. Montero's 1-1. Swing and a tap to first. Spencer Torkelson will pick it in foul territory. It took a while for Junior Valentine to signal it was a foul ball.
Yeah, he tried. Torque, was trying to get that before it went foul. Came charging in.
Cater Montero trying to go 7 innings for the first time this season. The 1-2. Swinging a chop left side. Fair ball. Just squeaked it inside the bag at third. Runner going first to third. Throw in. Not in time. Brandon Montgomery able to scoot over to third base and beat the throw in from Riley Green. Boy, just sort of slapped it with Colt Keith off the line at third. And he was able to just sneak it fair down that third base line.
Yeah, Trey Cruz was shifted over to that side because that might have been some trouble, but he got to that ball quickly and fired it into third base with aspirations of trying to get Brayden Montgomery over at third.
Ryan Hudson warming in the White Sox bullpen. And looks like Tigers are going to get action going in their bullpen as well. Drew Summers, the left-hander, begins to toss. 2 on and 2 out. And the batter is Tristan Peters, who's 1 for 2. It's a big spot in this game, Dan. Runners at the corners. If you're Montero, you want to keep this at a 1-run ball game. Cater sets above the belt, deals to Peters, swinging a fly ball left field. Trey Cruz, a long run. Can he get there? He cannot. It one hops the wall and into the Tiger bullpen. That'll be an automatic double. Make it 3-1 White Sox in the 7th inning. And thankfully that ball got up and out, because that would have produced 2 runs had it not.
You're right, because Trey Cruz was not shifted over that way on this left-handed hitter. And if that bounced off that fence, it was definitely going to score another run. Just a slider that stayed up. 2 good at-bats in a row by Caro and by Peters, getting those pitches out over the plate and going the other way with them.
Now Acuna, who homered his last time up high and tight with a sinker. Acuna falling out of the way, and it's a 1-ball count. It's a huge at-bat right here, Dan.
It sure is, just to save these 2 runs. And, you know, I know he didn't mean to throw it up by the head area, but he had 2 good swings at some breaking balls, and I think he remembers that and just wanted to bust him in with the sinker on the first pitch.
Acuna has an open stance at the plate. Montero kicks and fires, swinging a tap foul behind the plate. Evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, right back to the sinker, down and away. Be interesting to see just how many breaking balls he throws.
White Sox picking up a big insurance run, but there are runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 out in the 7th inning. Montero with a 1-1 pitch. Slider misses away, 2 balls and a strike.
And he made sure that he did not make a mistake with that one. I mean, he made sure that he finished it, and if it was going to go down and away, just off the plate slightly.
With 3 lefties at the top of the card, this will be likely the last batter that Montero faces this afternoon. He kicks and deals, high and tight, 3-1. Tigers took a 1-0 lead in the 5th. White Sox 2 in the 6th, 1 here in the 7th. They've got a 2-run advantage. Montero, long pause, hold the ball over the belt. 3-1, lifted in the air, right field, charging in and making the running catch, Kerry Carpenter. So Montero does his best to limit the damage to a run, sending this game into the 7th inning stretch. It's brought to you by DTE. Score energy savings this season and manage your energy bill. You visit home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance, so you could do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, Tigers fans. Summer is here, which means it's time for baseball and beaches. Head to Traverse City and soak in the sun at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, the official summer resort of Detroit Tigers fans. Enjoy championship golf, relaxing spa treatments, and endless water fun. Plan your summer vacation at GrandTraverseResort.com, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
American values, strength, quality, and pride in a job well done. Everything Walt.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
like he was in control, but obviously in the position with who's coming up. Will Venable says, nope, I'm going to get Hudson in there, who last pitched on Thursday, was an opener in that Yankees game.
Hardest Working Players, brought to you by Carhartt, proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball and all the hard-working people who make it possible. Leave it to Zach McKinstry today with a couple of hits and some really nice plays at second base. The lefty, Hudson, is on. He's close to the plate, hides the ball well, deals to Matt Vierling, who's pinch hitting, and Vierling will take a strike. This is the James Outman spot in the lineup. Outman finished the day 0 for 2. 0-1 to Vierling. Popped him up into shallow center. Coming in on it is Tristan Peters. Ball hanging up a long time. He'll make the catch. Vierling retired, one away for pinch hitting Hao-Yu Lee. So Trey Cruz going to have to wait another day for that first big league hit. Had a couple of good swings today, but he'll finish his day 0 for 2.
Now Hudson pretty much just 2 pitches, 4-seam fastball. Big sweeper that he got Matt Vierling to pop on. We'll throw occasional sinker and cutter.
It's his 36th appearance of the year. He's 3-2 with a 2.31 ERA. Pitch to Hao-Yu Lee. Swinging a hard hit, bounced it on the third baseline. That's a fair ball. And it's going to get off of the seating bowl where it juts out towards left field. It's an easy double for Hao-Yu Lee. And so a pinch hit double brings the tying run to the plate in Jahmai Jones. It's a good piece of hitting there by Hao-Yu Lee, Dan, fresh off the bench. He got a sweeper down and in, didn't miss it.
No, just breaking right into his bat path, down and in. And boy, Will Venable was forcing A.J. Hinch to make some moves, and 3 pinch hitters in a row. This is where you're rooting for Jahmai Jones to come up with a big base hit.
Had a knock a couple of nights ago. First pitch to Jahmai. He will take a called strike on a fastball.
Well, you usually see Jahmai coming out of his shoes looking for that first pitch fastball, but he hasn't seen as many first pitch fastballs because the league knows that he's hunting those.
The 0-1. Swing and a foul over the net into the seats, and it's 0-2. You know, Dan, you know how it is. When you're a player who is struggling at the plate, you're just all out of sorts, and you're not expecting that fastball in that situation, and then you get it, and you're just kicking yourself that you didn't attack it.
And you know what? He just had a sweeper that he could hit and had a good swing on it.
Man on second, 0-2 to Jones. Flinched the bat. It was up and away on a fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
You got that fastball, the 4-seam fastball. Big, tall guy Hudson is, and kind of crossfires a little bit, and then that sweeper coming in. He doesn't really have anything that goes down and away from those righties.
Here's the 1-2. Jones up and away. He takes. Tigers saw him twice in the series on the south side. Picked up the win in that extra inning game on May 29th, and then fired an inning and a third scoreless on May 31st against the Tigers. Tigers trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Tying run at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Swinging strike on a sweeper in. 2 away for Kevin McGonigal at the top of the lineup card.
That big sweeper. Just the way 6'8" Hudson is, and just kind of crossfires and starts way over there in that left-handed hitter's batter's box and just keeps working its way over the inside part of the plate. Just hard to follow that thing all the way in.
He works first base side of the rubber as Kevin McGonigal. They will pick back to second, and the ball goes into center field. Hao-Yu Lee is going to head over to third, and he will beat the throw in from Tristan Peters on the E1. Boy, Dan, such a low percentage pickoff play. Why would you do that if you're Hudson?
Well, I mean, it looked like there was either a set play or Acuna had just given like they flashed the glove, the daylight, where they just come right in unsuspecting. But it looked like a set play, and that's why he went around and threw over there.
And again, now you're in a situation where if he's at second, it's going to take a hit to bring him home. Now, who knows? Ball gets by the catcher, run scores. First pitch to McGonigal is a sweeper for a called strike one.
And I was going to say, I throw these big sweepers to Kevin McGonigal.
And Edgar Caro, he's a guy, 2 pass balls this season and 17 wild pitches have gotten by him. 0-1. McGonigal breaks his bat in a pop-up shallow left field. Acuna out, as is the third baseman Montgomery. Montgomery's going to take it, and that will retire the side. We've played 7 in downtown Detroit. Tigers trailing the White Sox 3-1 here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Straw covering some ground as he always does.
Loops one into Steve Nunez, going to track it down. What a play. Outstanding.
Diving, and he takes a hit away from low. A.J. Ewing showing off his speed. How about stop making the play? Wow, that was awesome.
Can we just give this guy a gold glove?
Lined out to center. Dubon with a diving grab. Straw back. Oh, and he made the catch.
Hard-in liner to Machado, caught at the shoe top. Turang fields, tags the runner, throws to first in time. Oh, what a job by Bryce Turang.
It'll be Lucas making the catch. Boy, that took him way back.
Fantastic play, but a couple exclamation points by Nick Kurtz doing it defensively.
Makes that over-the-shoulder catch look so easy.
And that's a great play by Pete. Still backing up all the way to the wall. And Corbin runs it down.
Makes a running, sliding catch. Great play. And will eat.
Wow, what catch out of nowhere.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Season, and you know what that means? It's Faygo time. Nothing beats an ice-cold Faygo. Faygo, the one true pop. Faygo is a proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
It was a defensive play.
3-1 White Sox into the top of the 8th inning. 8th inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford of Ann Arbor. Tiger pitching change brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Cater Montero's day is done. Drew Summers is on with the 3 lefties at the top of the White Sox lineup. Final line on Cater Montero. Quality start for him today. 3 runs on 6 hits in 7 innings, no walks, and he struck out 3. Summers is on, making his 9th appearance out of the Tiger pen. First pitch, sinker missed away for ball 1.
Yeah, all 8 appearances from Drew Summers have been scoreless over 5 1/3 innings, and man, his last 2 appearances have been economical through 1 pitch and 2 pitches in his 2 outings in Houston.
The 1-0 just missed Skosh out the outside corner on a sinker, and it's a 2-ball count on Sam Antonacci, who's 0 for 3 today. Jahmai Jones stays in the game. He's in left. Matt Vierling's in center. Hal Yu Lee stays in the game at second base. 2-0. Swing and a tap foul, first base side. This game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you that together we can overcome any obstacle and fight any battle. And in this 8th inning, we'll get a chance to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard from the 1-800 Call Sam Studios, brought to you by Meyer, the official grocery retailer of the Tigers Radio Network. The 2-1. Swing and a foul off to the left side. Cardinals, boy, talk about a slugfest, Dan. They're in the 3rd inning in Kansas City. Cardinals 9, Royals 6. J.J. Weatherholt with a home run in that game. The 2-2 in on the hands and fouled away. Kyle Finnegan tossing in the Tiger bullpen. Brewers, an 8-run 2nd inning. William Contreras had a 3-run home run. They lead Atlanta 8-2 in the 7th. Miami's up 2-1 on the Giants in the 7th. Pitch fouled back on a sinker.
Boy, Antonacci, I don't care. He hangs right over the plate. He's been hit, I think it's 16 times now.
Most in the American League.
I mean, just hangs right over the inside edge, and he doesn't budge on Drew Summers, who kind of throws crossfire and down, so left on left.
2-2. Got him. Swinging strike 3. Climbed the ladder on a high four-seam fastball. One gone in the 8th inning.
Boy, stayed right after him, too, with those fastballs. Throwing the sinker in on his hands and then went to the four-seam fastball and climbed the ladder up high.
Houston up 2-1 on Cleveland in the 5th inning as well. Yankees, who will be here tomorrow night, they trail the Reds 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Pinch hitter Randall Grichuk at the plate. First pitch. Slider missing, and Dylan Dingler calling for a challenge. Brought this up earlier. Dingler, 69% success rate on challenges. Oh, and he lost that one by a hair.
Detroit has one left.
You know, it was just Dylan. He did such a good job of bringing that ball up and framing it. I think sometimes those catchers can fool themselves, too. Like, they do such a good job saying, I've got to try that.
The 1-0. Swing and a foul off to the first base side. That'll get into the seats. Ball and a strike, the count on Grichuk. Summers from the belt, kicks, fires. Breaking ball away. Final line on Cater Montero. 7 innings, 3-run ball. Final line brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. 3-1 White Sox, top of the 8th inning. Andrew Benintendi did occupy the 2-hole. He went over 3 before the pinch hitter 2-1 pitch. So wave and a miss on a changeup, and it's 2-2. Dan, what I like about Summers is, you know, he got up here, a brief cup of coffee last season. He's really coming into his own. AJ talked about it this morning, how he is becoming one of those trusted arms out of the bullpen in the absence of Brant Herter. 2-2 pitch, fisted foul. And for a young pitcher, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to gain that confidence. You have to have that taste of success before you can really start rolling.
And that's what he told me when he got called up, was that, you know what, I was a little bit nervous last year, and it showed. And I'm not as nervous this year.
2-2 misses high and away, full count.
Where you trust your stuff. Like, you know what, my stuff is good enough. I'm not just one of those guys that can only get a lefty out. You know, and he showed, let's see if he can get Grichuk out, who makes a living off of hitting left-handers, but showed a good changeup that he doesn't throw very often.
3-2 on Grichuk. Got him. Swinging strike 3 on a wicked slider. Back-to-back strikeouts for Drew Summers, and there are 2 out here in the 8th.
You know, you're right. That was wicked. That was a big breaking slider. Threw a couple of really nasty secondary pitches, a good changeup to him, and then that last slider.
2 gone, bases clear in the 8th. White Sox lead it by a pair. Summers holds, deals. Got him tied up and in, and Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire, not going to ask for help. He said, you went.
He did.
It's an 0-1 count. Man.
That sinker running in on his hands. And
that is an uncomfortable at bat.
Absolutely.
He's working third base side of the rubber, coming up and in on these lefties. The 0-1 pitch. Another check swing. Did he go? Yes, says the third base umpire, Stu Sherwater, and it's 0-2.
Colson Montgomery struck out yesterday on a check swing that he didn't think he went.
Oh, he went that time.
Absolutely did. And he went yesterday, too.
No balls, 2 strikes the count. Colson Montgomery, the hitter, 0 for 3 at the plate. Summers delivers. Got him! Swinging strike 3. Drew Summers strikes out the side here in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom half. It's the White Sox 3 and the Tigers 1 here on the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Hey, Tigers fans, Jason Benetti here. Does your home have...
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain. It would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Grant Taylor is on with this White Sox call to the bullpen, brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law. Brian Hudson tossed a scoreless inning, and the first pitch to Dylan Dingler is taken up and away for ball one. Dingler hitting .429 with a 12-18 OPS in his last 10 ball games, but he's 0 for 3 today. A strikeout and a pair of ground ball outs, one into a double play. He takes high and tight. It goes 2-0. Taylor, another good arm out of that White Sox bullpen.
Really good arm.
White Sox have some horses in the pen, Dan. Issue for them this season has been starting pitching. 2-0 pitch. Dingler rockets this one out to left. Antonacci going back. Does it have enough? It's gone! Touch them all. Dylan Dingler, number 18 on the year for Ding. And it makes it a 3-2 ball game, and the Tigers are within a run.
That's the thing about big league hitters, is they don't care how hard you throw it. They can hit a bullet if it's over the plate. Dylan Dingler, he falls behind, gets in that good hitter's count of 2-0. Four-seam fastball, just center cut, and Dylan Dingler hammers it into the White Sox bullpen to pull the Tigers within one.
That was a line drive shot. 107 off the bat. Swing and a foul tip from Kerry Carpenter. It's a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. So we've got ourselves a one-run ball game. Tigers trailing 3-2 here in the bottom of the eighth. Taylor's pitch is a called strike, top of the zone. Carpenter's in a hole 0-2.
Taylor hasn't pitched since a week ago Sunday, so he could be a little bit rusty.
The pitch. Carpenter swings, sends a drive out to right field. Did he get enough? Montgomery back at the track. He reaches up and makes the catch. Oh, Kerry just missed a game-tying homer.
That pitch was neck high, and Kerry somehow got the barrel of the bat to it and just missed the home run by a few feet. I don't know how he got to that. 98-mile-an-hour fastball up at his neck.
Here's Riley Green with one out and the base is empty. Pitch to Riley is a called strike. Boy, Taylor's leaving a lot of pitches up, Dan.
Yeah, he's throwing that four-seam fastball at the top at the letters and then trying to tunnel that curveball right off of it.
The 0-1. Did just what you said, and he steals a strike at the top of the zone with the curveball. 0-2 on Green.
Yeah, hard to lay off. You know, you want to lay off of it because you think it's the four-seam fastball, and then it comes out of his hand and then just drops and catches the top of the strike zone.
The 0-2. Boy, that one spiked in front of home plate. It's a ball and two strikes. Riley today 1 for 2 with a walk. He singled back in the fourth inning. Thunderous home run from Dylan Dingler to open up the Tiger eighth. The 1-2 pitch. That one sails to the backstop.
Yeah, one that bounced in front of home plate. That one was over Riley's head. Now let's see if he comes and tries to drop in that curveball again at the top of the strike zone.
The 2-2. Got him looking. 98, bottom rail, perfect. 2 down.
And if I'm Riley Green, I'm not looking for that either. I mean, that's the first pitch that he saw at the bottom of the strike zone. Everything was up, up, up. Curveballs up, and then all of a sudden you think, okay, if that's, I haven't seen a fastball at knee high, and just fooled him and stayed right there.
Now Spencer Torkelson, he'll take a sinker inside at 100 miles an hour for ball 1. That home run was the 3rd allowed by Grant Taylor this season. The 1-0. Check on a curveball. No, he did not go, says Junior Valentine, and it's 2-0. Good hitters count here for Torque. One swing of the bat can tie up the ball game. Tigers down 3-2, home half of the 8th. Taylor working from the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Curveball upstairs.
Catcher's challenging to call a ball.
Edgar Caro, he's 0 for 1 challenging today. We shall see. And it was ball 3.
Confirmed. Chicago is out of exhausted their challenges.
Not only are they out of, but they have exhausted their challenges, says Jordan Baker.
Exhausted.
3-0 on Torkelson. Swings at the 3-0 pitch, got the green light, fouls it to the upper deck.
Yeah, figured he'd be looking, hunting fastball. He got it and just fouled it off. You could just tell by that swing that he was trying to tie this game up.
3 balls and a strike on Torkelson. Taylor delivers. Up and in, ball 4. So Taylor walks Torkelson to keep the inning going for Colt Keith, who's 1 for 3.
You know, those high fastballs like Carey got to, and Colt Keith has been known to get those high fastballs and drill them the other way, and can leave the ballpark the other way too.
Keith takes a strike. Taylor working from the stretch. Rare to see relievers work from the full windup, and that's what Taylor does, but obviously with a man on, he's working from the stretch. Keith, opposite field base hit in the 5th, came in to score. Tying runs at first with Spencer Torkelson. Here's the 0-1. Wave and a miss on that good curveball. It's 0-2.
It's 2 of the best pitches that Taylor has thrown. Really good fastball on the right on the outside corner, and then a good nasty curveball in the same spot.
Colt Keith behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Tying run at first base. The 0-2. That one's in the dirt. Nice pick by Edgar Caro. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Tigers looking for the sweep, but they trail it by a run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 3-2 White Sox as Taylor sets at the belt and delivers to Keith. Keith pounds it into the ground, right back to the mound. Taylor will pick it. Long underhand flip to his first baseman, Jake Gonzalez, and the side is retired. Tigers claw their way to within a run on the Dylan Dingler solo homer. It is 3-2 White Sox, setting up for a good finish today. We're on to the 9th. Here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Hi, Tigers fans. It's Dan Dickerson. Quality health care. It's
I am still in shock. I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I've never seen it on the big league level. Never seen it in my 22 years where the opposing ball club comes out to help the grounds crew.
They're getting drenched.
A few of them are even carrying sandbags around.
Shane Victorino's running around. He's yelling out directions, and the crowd giving the Phillies a big round of applause.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
We are in the top of the ninth inning. Dan, do you know who presents the ninth inning?
No, I usually know who presents the lineups, but I didn't today.
Well, it's presented by Comerica.
Oh, that's right.
Want to elevate your small business's game? Well, you can do so by visiting Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. Kyle Finnegan is on with his Tiger call to the bullpen. It's brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Chase Mydroth to lead off against Finnegan. Tigers down 3-2, top of the ninth inning. Finnegan has one job as he deals up and in on a slider, and that's keep this at a one-run game heading into the bottom of the ninth.
Well, great job by Drew Summers coming in and just 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts.
The 1-0. Strike called on the outside corner, evens the count. Sold out crowd today, over 40,000 at Comerica. You said it earlier, Peaches, the crowds have been phenomenal. 2 of the 3 games against the White Sox, sellout crowds. Good to see this ballpark rocking in the summer. The 1-1 taking a cold strike. It's 1-2 on Mydroth.
Yeah, the big concert on Friday, and then, of course, Father's Day is very special. A lot of people bringing their dads out here, and anytime you have those statues full out there in center field, people hanging up against the railing watching the game, you know it's a big crowd.
The 1-2, he got him. A swinging strike 3 on a splitter. That's 4 straight White Sox who have gone down on strikes. First of the day for Finnegan.
Boy, Kyle Finnegan, man, they threw some really good pitches. Real good slider to Mydroth, who was kicking himself. Hadn't really seen that one. And then just a nasty, followed up with a nasty, nasty splitter.
Braden Montgomery 2 for 3. His run in the 7th inning, the difference in this ball game. Finnegan delivers. Swing and a foul, and it's an 0-1 count.
And Kyle looks like he's just in one of those moods where he's going right after these hitters. That's one of the things, just cleaning up his control a little bit, cutting down on the walks. And right now, in just this first 1+ hitters, it looks like he's just attacking that strike zone.
It's his 34th appearance of the year, and just oddly, still more walks than strikeouts. With the one today, it's 24-22.
And that's about, that's the only thing. He's pitched well.
Yeah, other than the walks.
Yeah. There's been some traffic on the bases, but he's been able to wiggle out of most of the jams.
The 0-1. Taken away, evens the count.
And even with that, AJ has just talked about, I trust this guy. I trust him in any situation I put him in, whether it's this 9th inning to keep the ball right where it is or the game right where it is. If it's the 5th inning, a big, important inning that I need a pocket of hitters out, I trust Kyle.
The 1-1. Splitter misses in. 2 balls and a strike. And much like how AJ uses his lineup, Dan, it's the same with the bullpen. He does not have those defined roles. It's whatever the game is going to dictate, and that's the way he manages. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a 4-seamer away, 2-2. And really, when you join this organization, you have to check your ego at the door, because you're going to be used in whatever way the skipper wants to use you.
And that's the thing about Kyle. He was a closer in Washington, and everybody's like, well, another closer. But nope, I'm going to use you in big situations. It just might not be the 9th inning.
The 2-2, pounded into the ground, dribbled out to second. Lee charges, flips with his glove to Torque. 2 down. Wait, Lee is so good at that.
I know. I was just going to say, we've seen him do that, I don't know, a good handful of times where, he doesn't transfer the ball into his throwing hand. He just kind of underhands it right to first base this time, but he does it to second base to start double plays.
I can't underhand a piece of paper into this trash can right behind us, and Lee's flipping with a glove.
I mean, how often do you think he practices that? I'm sure it's all the time.
2 down, Jake Gonzalez, the batter, base is empty, 3-2 White Sox. Lays a bunt down, and it's foul, and it's 0-1. So what's the big Father's Day plan? I know your son is in town. You got the grandkids. You got any plans tonight?
We're just right after the game. We're going to meet and have dinner. That's good. See him and the grandkids. Be a fun afternoon. But it'd be even better if the Tigers come back and win this thing.
Heck yeah. The 0-1. Outside, ball and a strike. 3 generations of peaches. All at one dinner table. All in a strike to count on Jake Gonzalez. 2 outs, 3-2 White Sox. The pitch. Check. It was high. And he went around. That's going to draw the ire of the White Sox. I don't know if he went there, Dan. 1-2.
You have to see on a replay, but yeah, it just looked like he flinched.
That is a dinner plans check swing call there.
Sure, went up quickly though. Was pretty sure of himself.
The 1-2. Swing and a bouncing ball to second. Lee has to range into shallow right. Sets his feet, throws on to first. And the Tiger bullpen today, Drew Summers and Kyle Finnegan, they go 6 up, 6 down. We go to the bottom of the 9th at Comerica Park. Tigers down 3-2 the White Sox here in the home of Detroit.
It's high and it is gone. Line drive home run for Kyle Schwarber, number 25 to lead Major League Baseball.
Well, Nasim Nunez is showing off his range with a great catch right there and his wheels.
Nasim Nunez is 2 for 2 with 2 triples here tonight.
He did it again! One night after hitting for the cycle, another leadoff home run for Pete Henry Crow Armstrong. Drake Baldwin to straightaway center field. Welcome back, young man. 473 feet.
10 strikeouts along the way. He has retired 19 of the last 20 Orioles hitters he has faced. That's going to be it for Logan Gilbert tonight, who is absolutely sensational.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Bottom of the 9th. Tigers trail the White Sox 3-2. Sir Anthony Dominguez is on for Chicago. Call the bullpen brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law. Bottom third of the lineup. Due up for the Tigers, Matt Vierling. He's 0 for 1. He'll lead it off. First pitch from Dominguez is a swinging strike on a sweeper.
Dominguez does have 12 saves on the season. His last one he picked up a week ago. Pitched in Friday night's game.
Now he is susceptible to giving up the long ball. He's allowed 5 this year in 27 innings. The 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back. It's 0-2.
I was going to point that out too. I'm glad you did, where he gave up just 5 in 67 games last year.
Junior Perez is into the game in left field. 0-2 in the dirt on a sweeper. Odd that they would take Antonacci out of the ball game. Outfield shaded up the middle. They play Vierling to Poole on the left side of the infield. Here's the set at the belt from Dominguez. Deals 1-2. Missed up and away. Another sweeper. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 White Sox, 2-2 pitch. Veerling sends it in the air, a foul that'll land in the seats, first base side. And it is Father's Day, and I have not wished my father a happy Father's Day yet. So I know he probably went to the golf course this morning and raced home. But happy Father's Day to Tim Gainey. 2-2. Got him. No, catcher couldn't hang on, and so Veerling will see another pitch.
Boy, good veteran at bat right here. Stay up there as long as you can. Boy, the crowd just waiting to get into this. You put a little pressure on them, get on somehow. Completely changes the complexion of this inning.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat, 2-2. Popped up, third base side, get out of play ball. Catcher giving chase, and that one into the second row beyond the Tiger dugout. So Veerling will see at least 8 pitches in this sequence.
Boy, got a little bit of a hanger right there.
Pitch he could have done some damage on, Dan.
One of those inner third breaking balls.
And I think that's one of those where he kept working him away, and then you don't expect it to be on a silver platter. The 2-2. Popped up. Shallow left out. Acuna waving his arms. He's got it. And there's one away here in the 9th inning. A one down for Hao-Yu Lee. Came in with a pinch hit double in the 7th inning, but he was stranded on third base. Tigers need 1 to tie, 2 to win here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out, bases empty. Dominguez from the belt. First pitch, Hao-Yu Lee takes a cold strike on a sinker at 99 miles an hour.
Perfectly located, too. Right, down, and away.
No balls and a strike. The pitch. Lee takes a splitter up in the zone, a cold strike 2.
Boy, you're looking four-seam fastball or sinker, some fastball or sweeper, and he drops in that splitter. That fooled Hao-Yu Lee. Last pitch I think he was looking for.
The 0-2. Way outside. Gassed up a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he yanked it.
You could see just trying to get a little bit extra on that pitch. He body, just everything behind that body was just really out of control, trying to put everything behind it.
The 1-2. Rifled foul into the upper deck. Now, one thing we know about Hao-Yu Lee is he is not going to get cheated at the plate. He swings hard.
And absolutely, and he's got that power, too.
We saw when he hit the pinch hit home run in Cincinnati. You and I had that game.
Yes. And that was to right center.
The 1-2. Got him. Swinging strike 3. That fastball was in the other batter's box.
Yeah.
So now it comes down to Jahmai Jones. If he can extend this inning, it would be Kevin McGonigal at the plate.
That four-seam fastball had some natural cut on it. You could see on our replay just a little bit of that spin, and it just fooled Hao-Yu Lee. Just took off right at that last split second.
Here's Jones. Swings the first pitch, ground ball to short, backhanded by Acuna. Long throw! Not in time! I'm sure the White Sox are going to challenge. It was bang, bang at first. This game could potentially, and they're going to look at it, come down to a replay. Oh, Dan, I don't know.
Chicago was challenging the safe call at first base.
You know, they have to challenge something this close because the go-ahead run now comes to the plate. But
he's safe.
He's safe. I mean, the ball is not in the back of the glove. It looks like it's just starting to enter, and
his heel,
is on the front of the bag.
His heel hit the front of the bag, and the ball was not in the glove. There is no way. I mean, we've been wrong so many times, but I just don't see how you overturn this.
You know, the call is safe, and if they figure there's not enough to overturn it, but that ball is not in the back of the glove. It's just entering the glove.
Here we go.
After review, the call in the field stands. The runner is safe. Chicago will lose the challenge.
Jahmai Jones, that was hustle out of the box, Dan Petrie.
Yeah, it was in the hole over at shortstop. Acuna got a lot on that throw, too. He did everything he could, made a perfect throw. Jahmai Jones was just feeling it. Now he needed just a big swing out of Kevin McGonigal. He did it 2 Sundays ago against the Mariners.
Infield single puts the tying run at first. Winning run at the plate in McGonigal. First pitch, he takes outside, ball 1. So by a cleat, Jahmai Jones beats out an infield hit. And now the Tigers have the tying run on base. Dominguez, the 1-0. McGonigal takes way down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Show the McGonigoggles on the big board. That is catching on. McGonigoggles have swept over Detroit. It's a 2-0 count on Kevin. The pitch. Looks at ball 3. Close, but the White Sox out of challenges. It's 3-0. This has always kind of been Sir Anthony Dominguez. 3-0. Takes all the way, takes strike 1. He's the type of pitcher that gets himself in and out of trouble. But a good hitter's count here for Kevin McGonigal. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jones off first, and Dominguez will pick over to first base. To a chorus of boos from this sold-out crowd. Tigers were swept in Chicago a few weeks ago. Tigers trying to return the favor today. 3-1 on McGonigal. Swinging a ground ball through the right side. Base hit. Jones touches second, on his way to third. And Kevin McGonigal delivers. Base puts the tying run 90 feet away for Dylan Dingler.
Boy, can Dylan Dingler become that hero again.
We've got a mound visit. We'll pause for station identification here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Kevin McGonigal pulls one through the hole on the right side of the infield. Good base running for Jahmai Jones, going first to third. Mound visit has concluded, and now Dylan Dingler, who made this a 1-run ball game with his 18th home run in the 8th inning, a solo blast. All he needs now is a base hit to tie it, and with McGonigal's speed at first, an extra base hit could win it for the Tigers. Mound visit concludes. Dominguez all set to go as Dingler digs in. Dominguez delivers. And Dingler takes outside corner. Oh, that may have been worth a challenge.
Yeah.
Called a strike. It's 0-1. A lot of room on the right side. If he goes the other way, the 0-1 pitch. Taken low, sinker missed.
Being very careful. The first 2 pitches have been away to Dylan Dingler, to your point. Lots of room over there, and Dylan Dingler has that good bat control, can shoot it the other way.
Ball and a strike to count. Jones third, McGonigal first, Dominguez asking for a new baseball, or?
No, the pitch count again.
Okay. Ball and a strike on Dingler. And now time called by the home plate umpire, Jordan Baker. So pitch comm issues between Dominguez and his catcher, Edgar Caro. Jahmai Jones, infield single. He's at third base. Kevin McGonigal singled. He's at first. 1-1. The pitch. Dingler chases up and away, swinging strike, and now he's in a hole 1-2.
That's the same pitch that Hao-Yu Lee struck out on. It looks like it's on that outside corner, and it's got that natural cut to it.
Dingler in a hole 1-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Sends it in the air, foul first base side. And again, Dingler leading the major leagues with 32 two-out RBIs.
Wow, I mean, what a foul ball that was. That's right on the corner.
He still has a challenge to use if he so desires in this sequence. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Jones scores. McGonigal, he goes first to third. The left fielder, Junior Perez, did not get the ball in, and now the winning run 90 feet away, and Dylan Dingler comes through again.
Boy, they keep doing it over and over and over again. They give him a slider or the sweeper, and it stayed up, and Dylan Dingler hammers it into left field to tie the game up. He was making perfect pitches with that fastball on the outside corner. They got a little bit too tricky, and Dylan was waiting for it.
He just yanked it through. 100 off the bat, no chance to stop it. And now McGonigal at third base, the winning run. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. First pitch, he takes it low for ball one. Connected at bat, Stan. We talk about it all the time, and the Tigers are doing that here in the ninth inning today.
Thinking about Jahmai Jones, an infield single just to get this inning started with 2 outs.
The 1-0. Carpenter takes high and away, lays off a fastball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. White Sox walked off one against the Tigers in extra innings at right field. Tigers trying to walk it off on the White Sox today as Dominguez steps off. Dylan Dingler's run is meaningless, so they will not hold him on at first. One that matters is at third. 2-0 they count on Carpenter. Dominguez delivers. Gary rips it to first, and it's caught by, oh my goodness, Jacob Gonzalez picked it right off of one hop, takes it to the bag to retire the side. But Dylan Dingler comes through with a big 2-out RBI single that plates Jahmai Jones, and we head to the 10th inning at Comerica Park in a 3-3 game here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
There's a shot deep to left, way back, kiss it, goodbye, home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Tigers string together some good at-bats with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. It started with a Jahmai Jones infield single. He beat it by a whisker. Kevin McGonigal followed with a base hit to put men at the corners, and Dylan Dingler responsible for bringing the Tigers to within a run and then tying up the ball game. Will Vest is on for the Tigers. This pitching change is brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers, and Extra Innings is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, ready to help. Vest is on. Edgar Caro, the batter. The free runner at second base is Jacob Gonzalez, who made a really nice play to send this ball game to the 10th. And Vest misses away for ball 1. Tiger bullpen has gone 6 up, 6 down with 4 Ks. The combo of Drew Summers and Kyle Finnegan. The 1-0 from Vest. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Count evens.
Boy, if Will Vest can somehow dance around this and just leave that runner out there, give that Tigers just that good feeling going in to start the bottom of the 10th.
Riley Green is in left field, so the Tigers lose their DH. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. 25th appearance for Vest, who's 2-4 on the year.
And Will pitched in on Friday's game. Took him 20 pitches to get through that inning.
The 2-1. Swing and a flare up the left field line, foul. 2-2. As always, thanks to our terrific engineers back in the studio, Jenny Hoynatsky and Sloan's dad, Tim Jetski, here in the booth with us today. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Edgar Caro. Vest from the letters, the pitch. Hit in the air, center field. Starting in was Vierling, now has to drift out. He'll make the catch. Tagging at second, heading to third is Gonzalez. And he beats the throw in. The ball got by Colt Keefe, but nice job by Will Vest backing it up. So now the White Sox have the go-ahead man 90 feet away. So a deep fly out, a productive out for Edgar Caro. And the Tigers will play with the infield in. And the batter is the left-handed hitting Tristan Peters. In the bottom of the 10th, Detroit will have Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, and Colt Keefe scheduled to hit. First pitch swinging right through a fastball. Tristan Peters behind in the count 0-1. Check that, a slider.
Real good slider. It's that back foot slider that Will Vest tries to get strikeouts to left-handers with. And he'd certainly take a strikeout here.
The 0-1. Hit in the air, right field. This is going to be deep enough to get a run home. Kerry Carpenter makes the over-the-shoulder catch in front of the warning track, tagging, scoring Jacob Gonzalez. And so the free runner does come in to score for the White Sox. And it's 4-3 Chicago here in the 10th.
Yeah, a slider that just wasn't quite the same, stayed up on the inner third of the plate. Tristan Peters able to get the barrel to it, lofted into deep right center to score the run.
Miguel Vargas will be the pinch hitter. Luis Angel Acuna went 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. Bases empty, 2 outs in the top of the 10th. White Sox back on top 4-3 as the free runner coming in to score. It's an unearned run charged to Vest. First pitch to Vargas. Taken, a called strike on a fastball away. Again, in extra innings, you do get a challenge back, and so the White Sox do have a challenge. Tigers carried 1 in, and so they have 1 remaining. The 0-1. Swing and a tap foul behind the plate. It's 0-2.
I think Vargas forgot about it. I think he wanted to challenge that and turned around to ask, oh, yeah, we get another one. And by that point, it was too late.
No balls, 2 strikes on Vargas. Vest kick steals. Upstairs, ball 1. White Sox lead at 4-3 here in the top of the 10th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the net. Do it again. Hasn't been a real windy day like we saw the last couple of days, Dan. Breeze pushing out slightly towards the left field foul pole. 1-2 on Vargas. That's a long hold at the letters. 1-2 is in the dirt. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 sold-out crowds on the weekend. This was originally slated to be Justin Verlander's return to the rotation today. That did not happen as we have a time called by the hitter. The stat I was going to bring up earlier, Dan, it's been 461 weeks, totaling 3,227 days since JV last pitched in the Tiger uniform in this ballpark.
Yeah, it's
we're
just
going to have to wait a little longer, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was just devastating news.
2-2. Check swing. Did that get the knob of the bat? It did. Best came up and in with a sinker. So the count remains 2-2. Actually, didn't get the knob of the bat. I got the barrel of the bat on the check swing. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Good no challenge there by Dingler. And that's a good take from Miguel Vargas. Full count. Payoff pitch. Popped foul out of play. Vargas hanging tough.
Big swing from Vargas there. Figuring he was going to get a fastball, and he did. Just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Cuban-born Miguel Vargas at the plate. 2 outs. Base is empty. Payoff once more. Hit in the air. Left field. Riley Green waving his arms as he comes in. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. So Vest retires the side in order, but the free runner does come in to score and makes it 4-3 White Sox. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Tigers down a run here.
1 ball, 1 strike to Ted Williams. And there's a long drive to deep right center. It could be. It could be. It is. Ted Williams has homered in his last time at bat. Williams, rounding the bases, is not tipping his cap. The crowd yelling, they're waiting for him. He does not tip his cap.
Line drive down the right field line. It's going to drop and score 2. Keith is home. Green right behind him. Torque over to third. Throw to second. Not in time. Kevin McGonigal, first major league at bat, is a 2-run double, and the Tigers take a 3-0 lead in the first.
Welcome to the big leagues, Kevin McGonigal.
6th pitch of the at bat. Down the right field line in the corner. Off the top of the wall. Another extra base hit for McGonigal. Throw to second. Not in time. First 2 major league at-bats. 2 doubles for Kevin McGonigal. How about Kevin McGonigal?
Boy, showing how quick he is on those inside pitches.
He's already at 60 in the 3rd. Works the count even. Cues it off the end of the bat. That's going to be a tough play for Bogarts, and not in time.
I don't know if it's surprised is the right word, because McGonigal runs well, but he gets down that line really quick.
They say it's a game of...
On for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 10th inning. White Sox lead it 4-3. Kerry Carpenter will be the free runner at second. Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Colt Keith do up against Brandon Eisert.
Yeah, Eisert opened that game on Friday, gave up a 2-run homer to Matt Vierling.
Lefty is on. Lefty Riley Green to the plate. 1 for 3 with a walk today. First pitch to Riley, taken outside, ball 1. 18th appearance for Eisert. He's 1-0 with a 5.50 ERA. It's his first save opportunity of the year. Works first base side of the rubber. Stretches at the belt. Looks back at Carpenter. Deals on the 1-0 pitch. Green takes it away. 2 balls, no strikes. Tigers 1 to tie, 2 to win it here in the bottom of the 10th inning. They had to string together hits in the 9th. Bring home the tying run with 2 outs. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider away. It's 2-1.
How about that swing from Riley? Man, that was, I'm trying to end it. Swing just came up empty.
All you need here is a base hit. Get Carpenter in. Here's the 2-1 from the lefty Eisert. Green fouls it off the end of the bat into the seats. And it's 2-2.
We said it, talked about it Friday, just an uncomfortable at bat. Talking about Drew Summers, how nasty he is on lefties, and Eisert the same way. Cross-firing, works way over on that first base side of the rubber.
The 2-2. Green thought about it, held up on the slider, works the full count. Yeah, he works very first base side, and so when he's starting that ball, Dan, it is behind these left-handed hitters, and he's, like you said, cross-firing it over. It's an uncomfortable at bat. Given up 4 home runs this season, gave up 12 last year. Here's the 3-2. Green swings, line drive, right field, base hit. Carpenter will have to be held at third. Braden Montgomery got to that ball quickly. And so Riley Green, a two-hit day, puts men at the corners for Spencer Torkelson.
Boy, Riley stayed in really good on that breaking pitch and lined it into right field. Spencer Torkelson, 3 for 5 in his career against Isert with a home run.
Remember back to the Milwaukee series, Dan, where he hit the game-winning home run. Base hit will tie the game up. Carpenter third, Green at first. Chance of torque echoing throughout the ballpark. First pitch, it's low on a changeup, ball one. Crowd of over 40,000, not many of them have left. A lot of them standing on their feet. Bottom of the 10th inning, Tigers down a run. The 1-0, Torque swings and fouls it right into the ground at home plate on another changeup. Doubled up on that pitch. Jordan Hicks is warming in the bullpen for the White Sox.
Boy, just put this ball in play. Sox are playing back, conceding that run at third.
The 1-1. Way upstairs, leaping out of the crowd was Edgar Caro. Hasn't let one get by him today, but as I mentioned earlier, 2 pass balls and 17 wild pitches have gotten by him this season. 2 balls and a strike. Carpenter third, Green first. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider. It was not a strike.
So tantalizing, though, comes out of his hand looking, and you're getting a good long look at it because it's starting way in that left-handed hitter's batter's box, coming right at you. You're just seeing it a long, long way. Hard to hold up.
The 2-2. Torque drives this one to the gap in left center, and it falls in for a hit. Carpenter scores. Green heads to third, and the ball game is tied here in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Torque stayed with that perfectly. Tried to get another, no, it was a changeup, not a breaking ball, and left it up, out over the plate, and Torque hammered it into left center.
Both Green and Carpenter had to make sure that Junior Perez wasn't going to catch up to that ball. I don't think Riley would have scored either way, because he did a good job of cutting it off before it got to the wall. If that gets to the wall, the ball game is over. But now base hit, deep fly ball wins the game for the Tigers. Left on left, Colt Keith at the plate, infield in for the White Sox. First pitch down and away, ball one. So the Tigers get the free runner in. Colt Keith today 1 for 4 at the plate. Riley Green at third, he's the winning run. Nobody out in the bottom of the 10th inning in a 1-run tie ball game. The pitch, Keith fouls it off. Ball and a strike. Teams matching a run apiece here in the 10th. That's why it's so important, especially at home, Dan, where you limit the opponent to just 1 in the top half of the inning. The 1-1. Keith, bouncing ball, leaping grab by the first baseman, Gonzalez. He threw to the plate. He didn't touch first, and everybody is safe.
Yeah, didn't have to. Thought for sure that Riley was going to go on contact, and it fooled him. Just went up and caught it, didn't step on first, and just fired home.
And now we've got a mound visit, and it's bullpen time for the White Sox. There was no force at the plate. Riley not going on contact. And so a new White Sox pitcher will be coming into this game. 4-4 ball game, 10th inning. Will step aside for this call to the pen.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a
Shea Langoliers, who's made the most noise in this game out of anyone. Shea drives it to deep center field. Varsho going back. Still going. As far as he can go. This game is tied. A crowd silencer in Toronto. A 2-homer game for Langoliers. And we are all evened up at 2.
Knotted in 2s, and Langoliers gets one center cut and unloads.
just pummeling baseballs.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Bottom of the 10th inning, bullpen time for the White Sox. Jordan Hicks is on. Call of bullpen brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Dan, Jacob Gonzalez forgot to get the out at first.
How about Jordan Hicks, though? He comes in. He just was reinstated from the IL before today's game. Welcome in. Bases loaded, nobody out. I think Will Venable's just thinking, you know what, I need strikeouts, and Jordan Hicks, that's what he can do with that high-velocity fastball of his.
Green third, Torkelson second, Keith at first, and more pitch comm issues. White Sox are forced to play with the infield in. It's the 21st appearance of the season for Hicks. And he comes into a mess. 4-4 game, bases chock full of Tigers with nobody out. And Matt Vierling, base hitter or deep fly ball, can win it. The outfield is brought all the way in as well. Infield is all the way in. Hicks, the set of the belt, pitch to Vierling, swings, rifles it down the right field line. Hammered but foul.
100-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's the thing about Hicks. He's got that high-velocity fastball, and Matt Vierling can just sit there and wait for something, just choice. With the bases loaded, you can't afford to walk them.
The 0-1, Vierling loops it into shallow right. It is sinking. Montgomery charges, dives, and he cannot come up with it. Riley Green scores, and Matt Vierling, he walks it off with a base hit into right field, and the Tigers sweep away the White Sox. A mob scene of Matt Vierling by first base. He just got enough to get it beyond the infield. Montgomery, a full extension dive in right. He could not come up with it, and the Tigers take care of business. A 5-4 final.
What a game by these Tigers. You just felt it all along that there was no way. They were determined that they were going to win this game. You just felt it all along, especially after the White Sox scored in the 10th inning. You just knew somehow the Tigers were going to get it done, and they did.
What an incredible come-from-behind win for the Tigers this afternoon. They were down 3-1 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Dylan Dingler clocked his 18th home run of the year, making it 3-2 game. And then in the 9th inning, it was Jahmai Jones, an infield single. He beat it out by a cleat, and they would go on. It was Dingler again. He delivered the game-tying RBI hit, and then in the 10th, Tigers get 2 in the bottom half. They take down the White Sox today, a 5-4.